All the beings, they all enter into my Prakriti. Kalpado Visujamyam. At the beginning of next creation, again I bring them forth. So now Lord Krishna describes the process of creation, sustenance, dissolution in the 9th chapter. Says at the end of creation, all the beings, they all enter into the cause. At the end of the creation, at the beginning of creation, they emerge from the cause. See, Upanishad says, Yato va imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, yat prayanti abhisamvishanti, tad vijignyasasva, tad brahmeti. That from which the whole universe emerges, by which it is sustained, unto which it merges back. Know that to be Brahman. The Lord Krishna says, at the end of the cycle of creation, all the beings merge into my Prakriti. At the beginning of the next cycle of creation, they emerge from the Prakriti. Again they merge, again they emerge. Again they merge, again they emerge. You know, when I was small, young, sometimes we would go, sometimes our elder sister or some lady, will take us for shopping. Along with them. Lady shopping the sari. She wants to buy sari. There are all rows of this, the cloth merchants all lined up. That's how it used to be in those days. So my elder sister enters one shop and says to the shopkeeper, I want a sari. Shopkeeper is all very enthusiastic. He takes one side, opens it. One by one. She sees 25 saris. Says no, walks out. Next shop, similarly opens. Just as the merchant opens the sari, and when she walks out again, he folds them up, isn't it? You open it and fold up. The opening is creation. Folding up, dissolution. Opening, creation. Folding up, dissolution. That's how it is. Universe is created, folded up. Created. You see, if you look at this from a cosmic standpoint, the problems in our life will become insignificant. We look at our life with a microscope, and therefore everything becomes very enlarged. But if we stand apart and look at the whole cosmos and see where we are and what our life is and what the events are, they'll be insignificant. Look at the whole picture. Then our individual problems become insignificant. So Lord Krishna says that at the beginning of creation I bring forth the whole universe. It is sustained for a while. The whole universe again is back into my Prakriti. Prakritim swam avastabhya visujami punah punah bhutagramam krishnam avasam prakritervasat. Nobody has freedom. Everybody is under the control of my Maya. All those who are created ignorant, and they are all under the spell of Maya or Prakriti. So then we ask this Lord, hey, you are creating this world like this. You created some people happy, some people unhappy, some people are wealthy, some people are poor, some are fortunate, some are unfortunate. Why all this disparity? Somebody is good, somebody is bad. Why is it disparity? I will not... So if you are creating this world, at one point Lord Krishna says that I bring forth the whole universe from my Prakriti and it merges back. And thus, I again and again bring forth the creation and then take it and fold it back. Lord, who is creating this universe? I am doing it. Who folds up into the cause? I am doing it. Now, this is a very interesting language Lord Krishna uses. Lord Krishna says, I create the world. So God is the creator of the world. Who sustains the universe? I am the sustainer of the universe. Who folds everything back? I am the destroyer of the universe. I am the ordainer. I am the ruler. I am the karma adhyaksha, meaning I am the witness of all the actions. I am the karma data. I am the dispenser of the result of all the actions. If you are doing all of this, that means that you have created this universe like this, yes. So this person is happy and this person unhappy. Your creation, yes. This fellow is fortunate, other fellow is unfortunate. Is your creation, yes. Yes and no. He is fortunate because of his karma. That was unfortunate because of his karma. This person is happy or he is wealthy because of his karma. This fellow is poor because of his karma. Yes, I create everything all right, but I do not interfere in this role in the law of karma. By prakriti. Whoever is born because of the law of karma, and then everybody is under the spell of this karma. Avasham, prakriti, avashad, all of them are avasham, meaning that they are in fact helpless, subject to the influence of prakriti. But then, if you create this kind of disparity, then you are partial to somebody and cruel to some other people, is it not so? When you make some people happy, that means partial to them, makes other people unhappy, that means cruel to them. Is it not so? It's partial and cruel. That means that he is a big samsari, understand? We do small things and we are small samsaris. You create the whole universe, you are a big samsari, are you not? So by doing virtuous actions, we gain punya. By doing vicious actions, we gain papa. So you are also gaining punya and papa. Then you are a big samsari. Are you not bound by your karma? When we perform the small and big karma, we are bound. God is creating. God is doing the karma of creating, sustaining, dissolving. He is not bound by karma. He should be, is it not? Karma binds. And we create any small karma, and then there is an effect of that karma, and we are supposed to be responsible for that, and we are accountable for it, and we have to experience the result of that. Can you imagine God doing the entire creation, how much karma He is doing, and sustaining it, and ruling it, and then folding it back, then how much punya and papa He must be earning? So Lord Krishna says, no. He tells the secret of how He does all of this. So that, why is that secret told? So we also learn how to do things. So the 9th verse, do you have that 9th verse in there, in your folder? Next verse?
10.
9th you don't have. Okay. In the 9th verse, Lord Krishna says, Nachamam tani karmani nibadhanti dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, hey Arjuna, in spite of creating, sustaining, dissolving, Nachamam tani karmani nibadhanti. These actions do not bind me at all. Why is it so? Udasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. Because I am udasina, I am uninvolved. Asaktam, unattached. Teshu karmasu. Lord Krishna says that, how do you perform your actions? Then the 10th verse tells. Let us read the 10th verse. मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः
मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः
सूयते सचराचरम्
श्रूयते सचराचरम्
हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय
हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय
जगद्विपरिवर्तते
जगद्विपरिवर्तते.
So Lord Krishna tells the secret of how this creation, sustenance, dissolution, how it all takes place. It takes place, I don't really do that. There is no doership in me. Lord Krishna says, I do all of this, but there is no doership in me. I don't have the abhimana, I don't have the notion that I am doing it. The secret of performance of karma. A wise person also performs karma and we also perform karma. The difference is what? When I am performing karma, I have this notion that I am doing it. That's called the sense of doership. It's called kartrutvam or sense of doership. An ignorant person performs actions with the sense of doership that I am performing action. I am the doer of action. And if you are the doer, then you are also accountable for the result of action. So the karta becomes bhokta. The doer also becomes the enjoyer or experiencer of the result. So who becomes the experiencer of the result? One who performs the action. But if you don't perform the action, you don't become experiencer. Understand? Who is accountable for actions? One who performs the action. One who does not perform the action is not accountable. For example, let us say that we have employed a cook in our home. The cook is cooking the food, but this lady of the house, she's always behind him, looking over his shoulder. In Gujarat, the cook is called Maharaj. Swami also is called Maharaj, and cook also is called Maharaj. So someday when Swami was invited and taking Diksha, that one said, Maharaj! No, he's calling me. No, that Maharaj, they're calling the cook. But this lady says, no, not that much salt, this much salt. So in fact, even though cook is doing it, she in fact directs him to do. Now suppose a certain dish turns out to be too salty. Cook says, I am not responsible. You made me do this, I am not responsible. So who becomes responsible? The person who has doership becomes responsible. One who has no doership is not responsible. Lord Krishna says, I seemingly do all these actions, but in reality, I do not have the notion that I am doing that. Udasina vadasinaha, I am uninvolved witness. Asaktam teshu karmasu, unattached to anything. Lord Krishna says, I have no agenda at all. So we'll talk about this a little more tomorrow. What Lord Krishna says, I have no agenda. Why did Lord create this world? He has no agenda. Creation just takes place. Creation, sustenance, development just take place. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. I am just the adhyaksha, a supervisor, or an overseer, or a witness. Lord Krishna says, in my conscious presence, all these things take place. So, Prakriti, Suyate, Sacharacharam, it is my Prakriti, it is my nature, it is my Maya, Suyate, that creates Sacharacharam, all sentient and insentient, everything is created by Maya, my Maya, in my presence. Just as a magnet In presence of the magnets, how the iron filings they move. You know, the magnet does not invite them. Magnet does not have any sankalpa or any resolve that I want this to happen. It is merely in presence of the magnet that the iron filings move. Similarly also Lord Krishna says, in merely my presence, who am I? I am consciousness. In consciousness, there is simply the presence. My Prakriti, this Maya, the matter, it creates, sustains, this Hetunane, Kaunteya, Jagat Viparivartade, the wheel of samsara is going round and round. Simply by my presence. So understand this. It does not require anything more than the presence of Ishvara for all this creation, sustenance, dissolution to take place. There is no kartrutva, there is no doership in Bhagavan. Our Swamiji says, Bhagavan also has a notion that I did it, I created. He looks down at the creation, I created this, wow. He will have tremendous stress. He will have tremendous guilt feeling, I created this now. But in spite of doing this, he has no sense of worship at all. Secret of performing action. Lord Krishna says, in spite of doing this huge activity of creation, sustenance, resolution, I am unaffected by it because I don't have this worship. I am not attached to what the outcome is. While performing action, I have no worship. And as far as result is concerned, I have no attachment at all. I have no agenda at all. And therefore in my presence, the creation, sustenance, dissolution, this all goes on. So this is very important about Ishvara. Our God creates and still does not create. The 4th chapter also Lord Krishna said, Chaturvarnyam maya sustam gunakarma vivagashad tasya kartaram vidya kartaram avyayam. Here Arjuna, I have created this universe consisting of 4 castes. Know me to be their creator, but know me as not their creator. In one sentence, tasya kartaram vidya akartaram. Know me as karta, the doer, at the same time not the doer. So Ishvara does everything, at the same time does not do anything. That's how God is. We'll continue our discussion tomorrow. Oh.